In this SoloPress tutorial, I'm going to give you 5 easy steps for adding page numbering and section naming in InDesign. Let's take a look. Step 1. So when setting up automatic numbering on InDesign, you have to do it in your masters pages, but you'll see at the moment I haven't got any numbering set up. That's because I always like to start with designing the numbering on an actual page that's got some design work on it, just so you can get a feel for how it's going to sit within the design. Another thing I would recommend as well is just having your own layer for the page numbers, just so you can keep it separate and be organised. Right, so I'm happy with this design that I've created for this page, and it basically is going to show the page number, and also I want the name to change depending on what section of the book I'm in. So what I can do once I'm happy with the design is copy it and delete it. I don't need it there anymore, and I can go to our masters page and paste it in place, and now it's a case of setting this up to be automated. Now there's a lot more to page numbering than you may realise, so please stick around through these quick steps and you'll be well armed for future projects. Step 2. So on my masters I've just added another page number on the other side, and I've switched the section name and the page number and right aligned it. Now we need to add the special characters to these to make them automatic. So what you do, you highlight your page number, go up to type, come down to insert special character and a marker and current page number. And then for the section name, again we go to the same place, type, insert a special character, marker, but this time put the section marker in. And I'm going to do the same over this side. So section marker, go to type, insert special character, markers, section marker, and this one for the page numbers, type, insert special character, marker, current page number. And then when I click on one of our pages in our design, you can see that it's updated it to the page we're on. If I click on page 5, there we go, page 5, and you'll notice the section name is missing. That's because we need to set that up in our next step. Step 3. So to define our sections so they appear down here, I need to do that within these thumbnails here. But before I do that, there's one important thing to do. Where there's any spreads that you don't want them to be disturbed, I just select all the pages and then come up to your menu and just make sure this one's unchecked, that allows selected spreads to shuffle. I don't want that to happen. I want them to always stay as spreads. If I didn't do that, it will start shifting pages along and we'll end up in a bit of a mess. Anyway, right, so what we do, we're going to start a new section here on page 2, our goals page. I'm going to right click, come down to numbering and sections option, and automatically it will start a new section, so that's checked. And then you've got 2 options. You can either automatically page number, so it will recognise these page numbers here and update it like that, or you can start new page numbering for each section, and I'm going to do that. So every section I've got, I'm going to start at page 1, and then here I've got this bit here, section prefix. So this is my first section, so I'm going to call it A, and all that means is it will show me a little A here, so when I'm getting organised in my thumbnails I can see what section I've got. You can also include that prefix here by checking on this box, which is include prefix when numbering pages, but I don't want that. I don't want there to be an A before my number. And then style of numbering, you've got these options here, even like Roman numerals, but I'm going to just stick with normal numbering for this one. And section marker, that's the name of our section, so I'm going to call this one goals, and then I can OK that, and you can see that it's updated. So we're in page 1 of goals, and if I come across here, page 2 of goals, and if you come down to this new section, stacks, you'll see it's still called goals. That's because we need to define the new section for the stacks. You'll notice as well these little arrows that appear above the thumbnails. This is showing you where a new section starts. So let's just quickly do this one as well then. So this is going to be our stacks section, so I'm going to right click, number and section options. Yes, I want to start a new selection. Yes, I want to start page numbering at 1 again for my new section. Section prefix, I'm going to call this one B because it's my second section, and that's going to change this A here to a B. I'm going to stick with normal numbering, and this section marker I'm going to call stacks, click OK, and if I go to my stacks page, you can see that I'm on page 1 of stacks, and then stacks page 2, and you'll see on this page we've got a dark background. I'm going to come to that in a minute, how we're going to fix that. But what you can do now, you've got this set up. So say I wanted another 4 pages within my stack section. So this is my stack section B. I can insert some pages and it'll update all the page numbers. So if I go insert pages, and I'm going to go after page B2, so it's going to be after this page, and I want another 4 pages in that section, and at the moment I've only got one master, A master. So if I click OK, it's put in 4 new pages, and they should all be numbered correctly to be in stacks. So this should be number 3 stacks, stacks number 4, and so on. So the beauty of this is when you've got your booklet design, and as and when you're adding pages, it's just always going to automatically update the name of the section and the page number. Step 4. So going back to our dark page here, obviously we can't see these page numbers, but we've got 2 options here. You might decide that you don't want page numbering on these ones, or for example you might have an advert in your magazine and you don't have page numbering there. So all you can do is pull down this master page that says none, and you can put that onto the page, and it will just take away the page numbering. But I don't want to do that. I want this to be seen on this page. So what I'm going to do is create a duplicate of this master page and basically just make it white. So I'm going to select both these pages, duplicate master spread A, and then all I'm going to do, I'm going to keep the line red, but I'm going to change the style of these letters to white. Same for this side. So they're updated. Now I can either drag those down individually onto this page, or what I can do is select both these pages and then apply masters to pages. So C1 and C2, that's those pages, but I want those to be the B master. Click OK, and it's fingers crossed. There you go. So this section is called light, and that's page 1 of light. Hang on, let me just hide my guides. That's page 1 of light, that's page 2 of light, and then so on and so forth. I can add more pages. Step 5. If you think there's anything you could add, please share your knowledge in the comments below for fellow viewers. And don't forget, we're adding to the channel all the time if you want to subscribe. As always, we appreciate your likes and comments, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you for the next one.